Welcome to a new scented video, which apparently is more of an annual thing these days, but I'm very happy to finally sit down and share with you guys some of the new fragrances that have joined my collection in the past couple months. While I haven't been super active, but I've still been looking around and kind of adding slowly some fragrances to my collection and discovering new ones, so I'm very happy to share them with you. Let's get started. The first fragrance is by the House of Diptyque and it's called Eau Capitale, and I simply love these bottles and I'm happy to finally add some to my collection. I've been eyeing for quite a while the House of Diptyque and I'm very interested in several of their fragrances. Before I purchased this one, I did have like a travel sample for 7 ml and slowly got to love it. It wasn't at first kind of like my typical scent, but I really think this is a very good one. And I grabbed a full bottle as soon as I found it available online. It can be a little bit difficult to find, and I encourage you, if you find it, try it. It is really good. So I sprayed a bit now, and meanwhile, while this is drying down, I can smell it in the air. It is beautiful. Let's have a look at the notes. And this fragrance is described as a chypre floral and it's launched in 2019. We have notes of pink pepper and bergamot at the top. In the middle we have rose, and in the base is patchouli. So quite a simple composition, but it makes up for a really spectacular fragrance. This one is very much kind of compared to Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle, and I can confirm I did smell Portrait of a Lady of a friend's bottle, and really they are quite alike but also different. So this one starts off bright and spicy, a little bit fresh of a bergamot and a black pepper. You can really sense the pepper here, really kind of pick me up type of scent. Later on, immediately kind of the rose comes through, and it's this beautiful, luscious, kind of very much like Portrait of a Lady type of rose, which is strongly supported by patchouli. And this is kind of it, like a spicier, fresher version of Portrait of a Lady. So if you enjoy that one, give this one a go. I'm not going to go like full review mode, but if you want me to review it fully, this is kind of the gist of it. But performance outstanding. I've been wearing it like it goes for the whole day. It is beautiful, and it's kind of just makes me want to explore the House of Diptyque more. Next up, I have another addition to my Freancesca Bianchi collection, which is kind of growing slowly. This is Tyger. You can see I have used up already quite a bit and I've been loving it, especially in the summer, been wearing it quite a bit. Yes, and I did say summer, but this fragrance is really unique to my collection and oh wow, it is just so beautiful. So while this is drying here, it is super impressive. A typical Bianchi, really strong. Obviously, it's Extrait de Parfum. This one is described as amber woody, and the notes are peach and honey and white flowers on the top, leather, heliotrope, oak moss and sandalwood in the middle, and oud and patchouli in the base. This is a no joke, just like any other Bianchi. This is a typical Bianchi fragrance, but so beautiful. Think of tropical, mysterious, seductive, humid, if you will. You can definitely sense the honey and the white florals and the peach on the top. Absolutely. This is what I'm smelling right now. It's really intoxicating, very inviting and warm, but at the same time it has a very strong character. So this is not your typical, you know, just inoffensive, sweet peach type of fragrance, not at all. This has a very strong character. The leather is there. All the base notes are totally, you can feel them. So it has lots and lots of depth, this fragrance. Super seductive to me. It is perfect for like a warm winter night, I find, because it blooms on the skin very beautifully and it has this tropical vibe about it that I find really kind of, you can't resist this one. Like, irresistible is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Absolutely seductive. This one is a tigress in a bottle and I really love it, as you can tell. Like, you only need one spray to last you forever. So the fact that I've used so much in the summer tells you that I've loved this fragrance, and I'm continuing to discover the house of Freancesca Bianchi. I've tested quite a bit, and this one is at the top. So I'm thinking to kind of maybe rank them up a little bit later when I get to know them a bit more. But yeah, this is performance outstanding. So if you want a very seductive power, but at the same time very feminine and a bit tropical scent, this one is absolutely one to check out. The next fragrance is my first try from this house. This is Mizensir, and the fragrance is called For Your Love. If you don't know, Mizensir is the brand of Alberto Morillas, so I'm expecting greatness nonetheless from this brand. First of all, the bottle is so stunning. I don't know if it translates well on camera, but in person it is just so classy, very clean, but at the same time just screams luxury. It's beautiful. Now, let's spray a bit of the scent. It is a very potent one, so that's plenty. I'm just gonna have a very good smelling like room. Oh yeah. So this scent I actually smelled on a friend, and wow, I couldn't, like, the moment she sat down next to me, I was like, what is this? Like, she just smelled so kind of sweet and inviting, and it was somehow familiar to me, and I couldn't place it. But hold on for a little bit later to tell you what it smells like. I can smell it in the air. This one, strangely enough, is described as a woody fragrance, and it was launched in 2019. In the top we have raspberry and musk, in the middle we have ambergris, and in the base patchouli and benzoin. So ambergris and benzoin for me, one of my favorite notes. I like them in a perfume, so when I see it I'm curious. Now, this one has been mostly compared to Baccarat Rouge, and this is actually why it smelled familiar to me. But at the same time, it does have a very fruity edge because of the raspberry note, and you can smell it. And this is, I think, what kind of twists the fragrance and makes it different. It is very much of a fruity patchouli, airy. The fragrance really disperses in the air so well, and it is really, you can sense it. I find it to be very like a inviting fragrance and super feminine, probably a bit too feminine for me. I am sometimes feeling that this is just, you know, too feminine to wear in like daytime or something, but it's just my head, because it is beautiful and it really lasts on the skin and on clothes. So I have tested a couple more of their fragrances. Maybe I will review of my samples. There was something that I really liked from their line. I think it was called like Poudre d'Or or something of that sense, like a golden powder or powder gold, I don't remember. And that one was also kind of very interesting. But yeah, I will be exploring this house some more. Shipping, I purchased this directly from their website, so it came quite quickly, within a week here. And yeah, so I will be following up on this house because it's interesting. The next fragrance that I added to my collection has been on the market since forever, but I finally picked up my own bottle, and this is Velvet Orchid from Tom Ford, their signature line. And I find that the signature line is actually very interesting to me, and I like mostly of the fragrances. They're really kind of deep and sensual. As I've mentioned many times on my channel, my signature scent is Noir Parfum by Tom Ford, so this one was kind of like something I've been eyeing for a while, and I picked it up actually secondhand, so it was a very good price and I couldn't resist. Yeah, woo, this is a very strong one. So it will be not everyone's cup of tea. It's kind of like a dark fragrance, but much more approachable than Black Orchid, which can be a divisive fragrance. It has tons of notes, but among which we have rum, honey, orange, orchid, heliotrope, jasmine, narcissus, magnolia, myrrh, suede, sandalwood, Peru balsam, which is also adding to the heaviness, and labdanum. So I'm actually not seeing patchouli, but it does give me very much this chocolatey patchouli vibe. And actually the opening is the dark, seductive kind of a warm, like a night blooming flower type of vibe. And I find that it gets lighter as time goes on, it's more floral. So the orchid is coming through later. I really like it. Performance is very good, perfect for fall, and it is just warm and a little bit dark, but still very feminine. And yeah, so Velvet Orchid by Tom Ford. The next fragrance I never picked up myself, but I heard a lot about. and you will know it, but I smelled it from a friend's collection and I was just in love. The moment I smelled it was like, what is this? I need it. So this is Herat by Parfums de Marly, and I'm just going to spray over here and just enjoy. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. I just want to eat this paper. Is it like unhealthy to eat paper? I'm almost tempted. So this one is of course from their main line, but you know, you can wear whatever you like, and this fragrance is totally unisex in my point of view, and it's described as woody, spicy, launched in 2012. On the top we have cinnamon and pepper, middle notes, tobacco, incense, osmanthus and labdanum. You know me, I love a tobacco and osmanthus. In the base we have vanilla, isoi, super, musk cedar, cypriol oil and vetiver. This is just so intoxicating, and to my nose it does have a bit of a nutty vibe, something hazelnutty really, and I've been a lot on a hazelnut kick, and tobacco is coming through nicely. So if you like a little bit of a like boozy type of fragrance, it does give me actually what I could describe it is a hazelnut brownie dipped in some sort of alcohol. That's what it is. It is not too boozy though. I don't know why I'm getting the boozy, maybe because it reminds me a bit of Wajan in a way, but this one is way more delicious and way less boozy and more wearable, and it is just so beautiful. It has a bit of like a powdery vibe as well. The one thing that I don't find the longevity to be amazing, so just overspraying. I wish I had like the 125 ml. I just got the 75, but I love it. It's a treasured one in my collection and perfect for fall. Hey, I should make a video about that. I've been bitching about perfect for fall all year round, so now it's the time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if there ever was a perfect for fall fragrance, this is Chipmunk from Zoologist. Yes, I finally picked myself a bottle the day it came out. So that came out, I think, on the 27th of August. And I was there for it because since I tried a little sample, I have a full review on this channel. So check it out if you want like a full in-depth review. But this one is fall in a bottle, bottled, packed with a cute chipmunk on top. It is just amazing. Oh my god, the hazelnuts. That's all I'm going to say. Hazelnuts are strong in here. This one, perfumer P. Long, amazing. On the notes we have nutmeg, cardamom, pink pepper, quince and mandarin. Middle, hazelnut, big time. Oak, chamomile, earthy notes, fir balsam, and in the base we have cedar, apoponax, vetiver, benzoin, guaiac wood, patchouli and some animalic notes. Now this sounds very deep and like the animalic notes may scare you, the earthy notes may scare you. Don't let any of that put you off because this is amazing, super wearable, easy, warm, very nutty, very earthy, very like, and by earthy I don't mean like a dirty earth, I mean like very like a forest walk kind of when sun is shining. It is not green in any way, it is more like a golden type of fragrance. It is beautiful. Again, one thing, it is described as like a concentration extrait de parfum, but I find it, especially compared to a Bianchi, the Chipmunk is very mild. So I find that this disappears on me in a couple hours, but honestly, this is amazing, and I wish it was much stronger so I can just be bathing in hazelnuts all day long, but I love it. It is a prized fragrance in my collection. It just brings me so much joy finally to have a Zoologist perfume, so that one has been very long awaited and treasured. And the last fragrance for this video is going to be one by Xerjoff, and it is called Golden Dala. This one comes in this beautiful like a ombre red to black type of bottle, and the notes were actually what made me super excited. Just when I saw the notes I was like, this is 100% going to be my type of fragrance. And I think this was from their coffee break line, so this is inspired by some sort of a Middle Eastern dessert. Yeah, it is gorgeous. So delicious. Let me tell you the notes. It is described, by the way, as amber spicy. So on the top we have exotic spices, whatever that means, but yes, they're there. In the middle we have coffee, incense, amber, oud and rose. And in the base we have cacao, hazelnut and tonka bean. Did we say hazelnut? Did we say coffee, amber, cacao and spices? I mean, that sounds like a delicious dessert right there. And that's kind of what it is. Having in mind that it has spices and coffee, some people describe it as similar to Intoxicated by Kilian, which has cardamom and coffee. But this is kind of much more sweeter, much more deep and edible fragrance. This is warmer as well. It's beautiful. It lasts really well. Totally delicious. I think this is a very much of a gourmand type of scent. The spices are very well blended. Nothing really stands out as, hey, this is cardamom, this is cinnamon, but it does have this very edible spice wrapped up in coffee. The incense is not standing out. It's just like rounding things up. It is just beautiful. Very well rounded fragrance and a pleasure to wear. You guessed it, in the fall. And these were all the fragrances that I picked up in the past couple months. I've been picking up fragrances when something piques my interest. However, I now have over 90 fragrances in my collection and I'm starting to get nervous and overwhelmed. So just a heads up that I will not be buying as many fragrances in the next year. It's kind of like my resolution to maybe be buying one fragrance per month. I'm allowing myself to buy one more fragrance this year, and that's going to be Cherry Punk, because it's a fragrance that I tested previously. I have a full review on my channel and I really need it in my collection. It is the cherry, kind of like a leather type of scent, which I love. And I have another one on the way. This is Kilian Apple Brandy on the Rocks, which is coming like all the way from France, but it's very slowly walking, maybe taking some detours, or I don't know. I know people have already made videos on it and reviewed it, and I haven't watched any of them because I don't want to be swayed either way. So I can't wait to try it, and I definitely will review it on this channel. So if you're interested in my opinion, please watch that when it comes out. Let me know in the comments if you have tried any of these fragrances and what you think of them, or if something was interesting for you and you want to kind of know a bit more. If you want to have a full review on something, I'm happy to do that. I think I'm gonna start reviewing my collection more in depth because I have lots of fragrances and I need to get back to my regular video schedule. So thank you so much for watching and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye!